Tokyo Disneyland is the older of the two parks at the Tokyo Disney Resort, and it is one of the best castle parks out there. This one has the familiar lands and theming, but the ride mix is really strong as well. It has a beautiful blend of timeless classics and modern trackless dark rides. So in this video, I will rank Tokyo Disneyland's best 15 rides. Before starting the list, 2 notes. 1. This will only include rides, not shows. The park frequently changes its live entertainment offerings, so this part of the list could quickly become outdated. I will add that you absolutely should watch the Dreamlights Parade at night if it is available during your visit. It is a top-tier parade between the float design, the lights, and the character interactions. It is better than most things on this list. 2. This list will include 2 honorable mentions for now defunct rides. Number 15, Happy Ride with Baymax. This is a spinning ride similar to Alien Swirling Saucers and Mater's Junkyard Jamboree. The motion has elements of a classic whip ride as you move about the platform, but the atmosphere really elevates this one. There is a very energetic soundtrack. Most riders and employees really get into it, clapping and dancing. It feels like one giant party. Number 14, Peter Pan's Flight. This suspended dark ride is very short, but it has some cool visuals. I like how the first part flies over a series of miniaturized sets. It makes you feel way higher than you really are. Then, the finale features the climactic battle between Peter Pan and Captain Hook, taking place on a giant ship. Number 13, Pinocchio's Daring Journey. This is yet another classic dark ride. This one has more individual scenes, which is why I give it the edge. As a theme park fan, I like how the first part passes through an amusement park. Then, you have a giant Monstro the Whale animatronic towards the end that is very impressive given its scale. Number 12, Snow White's Adventure. This is yet another dark ride. This one has a darker atmosphere than the past 2, as you are pursued by the evil witch. I love the series of animatronics, particularly the scene where the queen transforms into the creepier witch by the mirror. Then this one ends with a morbid finale, where the witch tries to drop a boulder atop riders, smashing them. Number 11, Star Tours. This is a very good motion simulator. It is a delightfully turbulent adventure through different scenes from the Star Wars films. The visuals are great, and the random mix of planets gives the attraction a lot of re-ride value. Number 10, Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin. This dark ride anchors Toontown. It is a souped-up version of a classic Fantasyland dark ride. You have similar aesthetics between the 2D and physical sets, but this one has more length, and the vehicles can spin. This adds an element of chaos, while also allowing you to explore each scene fully. I also love the brilliant effect at the end when Roger Rabbit extends the hole forwards. Up next is an honorable placement for Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters. This was a shooting dark ride nearly identical to the ones at Disneyland and Disneyland Paris. Using handheld guns, you could take aim at targets. Each room was filled with physical characters, so there are plenty of things at all times. This will reopen later this year with a Wreck-It Ralph theme, and I'm curious to see how that looks. Number 9, It's a Small World. This famous boat ride has an infectious soundtrack and dozens of scenes past stalls from around the world. I know some prefer the versions that omit Disney characters, but I find it more enjoyable when versions like Tokyo's mixes in a character or 2 in each scene. It turns into a scavenger hunt for me. It was particularly neat on this one, since it most recently was operating with a special Marvel overlay. Number 8, Jungle Cruise. This safari-themed boat ride has a similar course to the US installations. You pass familiar animal scenes, and there's also a cave with some flashy projection mapping effects. Whereas the US versions have guides that use deadpan humor, the guides in Japan are far more animated. I could not understand what they were saying, but they still got some laughs from me with their over-the-top delivery. Number 7, Haunted Mansion. This beloved haunted house has nearly 1,000 ghosts. Rather than being scary, this is all about the details and atmosphere. I like how you have more and more ghosts as you progress through the attraction, culminating in the impressive ballroom scene and the busy finale with grim grinning ghosts playing by the graveyard. Number 6. Pirates of the Caribbean. This boat ride is the park's longest dark ride. The start is a bit slow passing the restaurant and caverns, but things pick up in the second half. I love the giant naval battle where you're dropped into it, as you have cannon fire all around you. Then you travel through a bustling town. There is so much to see here, as there are animatronics in all directions. You need multiple rides to see everything. Number 5. Big Thunder Mountain. This is the weakest of the 4 Big Thunder Mountains, but is still a well above average family coaster. This one does not have the same quantity of airtime as its counterparts, but the final drop still has some floater in the back at least. This one does have some laterals on the turns though, most notably that 540-degree helix, and the visuals are amazing as you zip around and through the mountain. Up next is an honorable placement for Space Mountain. This indoor coaster had a nearly identical layout to the versions at Disneyland and Hong Kong Disneyland. It does not feel as fast as the California version though, especially with the lack of fans. I also missed the onboard audio, but the second half was still great. The turns got progressively tighter, so the last few offer some good laterals, especially since you could not see them coming in the dark. The park is currently building a new version of Space Mountain that will open next year. Built by Intamin, this will start with a unique tilt track launch, before navigating a more dynamic layout in the dark. Number 4. Monsters Inc. Ride and Go Seek. This is another shooting dark ride, but this one has far more expansive sets. It brings the Pixar film to life as you pass all sorts of monsters, and the animatronics are fantastic. The visuals remind me of Men in Black Alien Attack at Universal Studios Florida, especially on the scenes in the streets. While you don't keep score, I like how hitting a target causes them to react in some way. Number 3. Pooh's Honey Hunt. This is one of the first trackless dark rides that Disney ever built. Whereas the Winnie the Pooh dark rides at the other Disney parks are supporting attractions, this one is a bona fide e-ticket experience. The way you move through each scene adds so much to the experience, particularly during the trippy Heffalump sequence in the second half. And all the character animatronics throughout the ride are lovely, as is the sequence when Pooh drifts off into his nightmare. I also want to shout out the fun bouncing sequence with Tigger, which is something I have not seen another trackless ride do. Number 2. Enchanted Tale of Beauty and the Beast. This is a newer trackless dark ride. It takes the fun motion of the prior ride, but each room has way more to see. You spend 1.5 minutes in some of the rooms, and I love how the scene keeps on expanding with more details as you go. The animatronics you see are breathtaking, particularly the ones for Belle, the Beast, and the Prince. And there is one of the best effects Disney has ever pulled off during the finale when the Beast transforms back into the Prince right before your eyes. This is a magical ride. And coming in number 1 is Splash Mountain. This is the last version of the classic Flume ride, and I also think it's the best version anyway. It features the familiar scenes and characters, but the order is different. I had so much nostalgia seeing Brer Rabbit, Brer Bear, and Brer Fox once again, and that soundtrack is spectacular. Then like any Flume, this one also has a fun series of drops. This includes the exciting 5-story plunge into the Briar Patch that is so theatric. I really hope this version lasts, because it's not just the best ride in this park, but is one of the best rides in the world. Those are my 15 favorite rides currently at Tokyo Disneyland. What are your favorites at this park? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this countdown, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you consider subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.